Going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Tyler Guy here, and today we're doing a really unique, sort of strange set, a little obscure. I've also noticed a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, so kind of debatable. The set we're going to be doing is the 7317 Aero Tube Hanger. That's from the Life on Mars theme. It came out in 2001, had 706 pieces, 5 minifigs, very strange, and it went retailed for 90 US. Honestly, this set's very unique colors. I've rarely seen these colors in any other set. If you guys played the old Metroid games from Nintendo, the coloring really reminds me of those video games, which is kind of cool. I do like that. Personally, I like this set. Just gonna put it out there. But we're gonna get into why, what are the pauses about it. But yeah, enough talk. Let's get right into this very different set. So to start, I'll attempt to try and give you guys a 360 view of this set. So I can't, normally I move it around with my hands, but this set's just way too big to do that. So as you can see, pretty cool set. We're gonna do this area by area just because it is so large and there's so many things going on, as you guys can see. But yeah, pretty cool set. What we'll first do is we'll look at the smaller builds, being the ship and that little mech type vehicle, and then we'll move into the meat of the set. So to start, let's take a look at this mech. So as you can see, pretty cool looking, nice little build. I love how alien-like this looks. So as you can see, he has a blaster on one side and he has a little hook on the other. Nothing too crazy, but you can kind of pose him as well. And this does shift, goes back and forth. So pretty cool looking little mech. Nothing too crazy, but just a nice little build. We're going to be getting into some of these other mechs. It's awesome what they actually do with this set, which I didn't realize. And then here we have this little ship, and it has some nice little control printing. One thing that's weird though is it's on both sides. Should really only be on one, but what are you going to do? What is kind of interesting too is they put propellers on this, so I don't know if this thing's planning on going underwater. I seriously doubt it. But they did that, whatever, and it just opens up like so. And I'll demonstrate trying to put a minifig in here. This is actually maybe a little flawed. It doesn't really stay in there very well. So I do kind of fault this set for that. Like if you want to, sort of stays in there, but not the best. They could have maybe improved on that. But all in all, still pretty cool little looking ship. But now let's take a look at the meat of the set. Again, we'll start at the very end of it, and we'll get into these pipes and how they kind of work. But what I felt was really cool is these little things, this red and blue that you can see that I have right here. I was wondering, what on earth is that for? Well, if you got the whole collection, which kind of makes me want to do it, the blue goes onto the blue one and the red goes on the red, and then these tubes transport them to their vehicles. So awesome little system. I just realized that like 10 minutes ago. I'm like, I wonder what those things are for, because I just thought it was kind of dumb, but it's actually really well done. So I really like that. It can kind of transport to them, so they all kind of bring them together, which I really like. I'll just pick it up and kind of show you guys what it looks like. So as you can see, the tubes transport them to the other one, and if they just want to go to the ground, that one's just for the ground. So they kind of just thought about everything in the set. Very, very cool. How they kind of do it is just on these little transporter things, which is pretty cool. We'll get into the minifigs later. We will be looking at that. But then moving on, we have this area of the base. So here they have a little computer thing with, just a little base thing. And then here's the main area of the base. I'm just moving the tripod around just because this set's way too big to try and, move it. As you can see, when you move it, all the tubes come apart, so that kind of sucks. In this middle area, they got this little area here, and you can open this up, and I don't know if it's supposed to be an egg or what it is, but it has this little blue thing in here. If you guys know what that's supposed to mean, if you know a lot about life on Mars, let me know, because I do not. And then the cool thing about it, just lift this, is it has this little gimmick right here, so you can actually just take this down like it is trying to pick it up. Now, it doesn't work the greatest. Like, it doesn't come all the way down to kind of, they should have another area that kind of bends here to try and get it. But in theory, what this is supposed to do is kind of carry this, which it doesn't do the greatest job at, but that's at least the idea behind that as I go and chase it down. So anyways, cool little thing. Now what we'll actually move on to is the next area of the base. So this is the center area, sort of, and then we got another little cool area right here. So as you can see, got some little walkie-talkies, wrenches, and then it looks like they got a little bit of a weapon right here. You can lift it. There's a computer under there. Very unique pieces. No printed pieces, which I really like about this set. I mean, all are printed pieces, no stickers. Absolutely hate stickers, as I know a lot of you guys feel the same way. And then what we'll do is I'll move you on to the ship area, which is pretty cool, and then we'll get into the tube feature. All right, so here we have the little ship where it kind of docks. I just took the tubes apart just because it was too difficult, and it just interlocks just like so. So pretty cool looking little area. As you can see, there's a little alien up there, kind of controlling the whole thing, working out the specs and whatnot. And then if you lift this, it's just a top little area there. So nothing too crazy, but I do like that feature quite a bit. Now I'll show you how the transporting system works. So I'll first show you how you load it. So in theory, what there is there's this little gimmick right here, and you can twist it back and forth, and you can kind of load the minifig. Although I'm gonna just say it, this thing works terrible. Worst thing in the set. I don't really like that, but it's just better just to move it with your fingers. So you can kind of just move it whichever tube you want it to go through by doing that. But the first thing you have to do is you have to load them first, right? So how you load them, we'll just use this guy. So as I mentioned, they have these little, basically transporter little tube things. These tubes are kind of fragile. They do come apart quite easily. But you put them in here, and then this pump right here, which is disconnected just because I've been moving this set all over to try and show you guys all the areas. You put him in there so you can load him in the tube now. You gotta make sure it's really straight or else it will not work. Let me just put these, theoretically you can put these down and then you know for sure that he can go in. So now he's loaded. So now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys how they kind of transport to the other areas of the set. So now that he's loaded, let's say you want to send him to this far right tube right here. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna move this right there, lock that in. That's what those kind of pieces are for. Unlock this and move this guy over to this one. Then you're gonna pump it with this, and I'll show you guys. Oh, this actually sucks it in. So you can suck it in, which is pretty cool. And then if you turn it like this, so he's right there, as you guys can see. I was wondering what's happening. Now it goes the other way. And there you go. That's kind of how it transports. And then if you have the mech, let's just pretend that this is the mech. He just sort of, in theory, loads himself onto this vehicle. So pretty cool little idea. I did like this quite a bit. But yeah, that's how that kind of works, and it actually works really well. It's very simple. Just twist back and forth depending on what way you want to go. As you can see, there's arrows. But yeah, that's how it kind of works. But now let's look at the minifigs. So here we have 3 of the 5 minifigs. So very unique looking minifigs, super colorful, very different than what we're used to with Lego. Kind of look like little Martians. So on the left, I do not, they do have names, but I do not know them. And yeah, I don't think it really matters, but they do have names, which is kind of interesting. So here's the leader of it. As you can see, he has a nice little control panel. And on his head, I'll just show you guys, he does have some special printing, which is pretty cool. So nice looking minifig right there. In the middle is probably the boringest minifig. He got nothing going on, just a couple eyes. You know, so no spots even, like these guys have spots. No spots. And then this one's obviously a girl As you can see, she has big eyelashes and then some spots here as well. Some nice looking minifigs. They're just super strange. Very strange looking minifigs. But now let's take a look at the other two. So here we have the other two. So right here, as you can see, they're getting a little bit more unique. This one almost looks bug-like. So pretty cool. I like this one quite a bit with all the spots and the huge eyes. And then on the left, this one and the leader may be my favorite ones. He just looks super weird. And as you guys can tell, just adjust his face a little bit, he has some really weird printing on the top. So it's very alien looking. It's almost like this guy has a mask. If you guys know anything about these minifigs or kind of what their deal is, I know that humans went to Mars and they're fighting them. But if you know anything, let me know, because I actually find it pretty interesting, and I don't know a lot about this theme. I just own this set because it's a pretty cool set. But yeah, those are the minifigs. I'll give you a 360 of these guys. There's no back face printing or back torso printing, obviously. They're basically just battle droids with unique heads on. But yeah, let's get into the end of the review. Well guys, that was my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Honestly, I thought the set was pretty cool. It's very large, as you guys can see, like it fills the entire table, which is a good thing. Yeah, I do like that about this set. And the minifigs, that's probably my least favorite thing about this set, is just the minifigs are just a little weird at being battle droids or whatever. That's what it at least looks like to me. But I think the tube system's pretty cool. I think it's very alien-like, which is what you want. This is probably one of the most alien-like sets I've seen in a set. So I did like that tube feature. Yeah, some of the features didn't work so well, like that little thing that changes the tube. You just basically, it's better just to manually move it. But still, pretty cool idea, very unique coloring on this set as well. I've never seen a set this strange, this big, with this many different colors, which is awesome. That's part of the reason I really like it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys like this set? Do you not? Do you maybe own it? I'd be interested to hear your thoughts on it, just because it is very strange, but strange in a good way. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. If you liked the video, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so that you're notified for any future Old School Wednesday sets. I try to put them out every Wednesday. But yeah, that's all I got for you today. But take care. I'll catch you all on the next one.